Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to touch up on a question that I get asked quite a bit, and I think a lot of people, especially females, I think wonder about this question. And so I'm going to touch up on it, and then I'm going to show you guys a full entire leg workout of mine. I'll show you the warm-up and the whole workout after this. So first, let's get to the question. The question is, do I eat less on my rest day? And I don't really have a straightforward answer for that question, but like I said in my previous video, I am eating intuitively now, so I'm not counting anything. However, when I was doing If It Fits Your Macros before, I was doing it for 2 years almost a full 2 years. And I was told to eat less carbs, or I wasn't really told, I kind of just came up with the numbers on my own. But everyone who does If It Fits Your Macros pretty much eats less carbs on their day off, which kind of makes sense, but at the same time, if you're one of those people that get obsessed with certain things, then you're going to be obsessed with not eating a certain amount of carbs on your rest day, and that's kind of how I was. And now I'm eating intuitively. So on your rest day, you're resting because you worked really, really hard, and your rest day is to recover and come back stronger than you were before. So on my rest day, I was thinking about it when I was doing If It Fits Your Macros. I was sore all the time, and usually on my rest days, I'm really sore, and that's why I'm resting. So your body needs fuel to recover. It needs nutrition. It needs nutrients to recover. So the answer to that is I don't really eat less. I don't count anything. So if I'm feeling hungry on my rest day, I'm gonna eat. I'm not gonna stop eating. Even if I ate a certain amount of carbs already and I'm still hungry, I will surpass that number that doesn't really exist anymore. So basically, it's all about listening to your body and not listening to that little voice in your head, because even today still, if it's a rest day for me, I'll be a little bit hungry, and let's say there's a banana laying around, I'm like, oh, I'm really hungry, I should eat that. But at the same time, there's a little voice in my head saying, you didn't work out today, you don't need that banana. But I mean, you do though. You need the carbs for nutrients and to help your muscles recover, and you will come back stronger and you will feel better, and your recovery day will be a day well spent. It won't just be a day of you thinking about food but not eating it because it's your rest day and you didn't work out. So I do think that you should definitely eat, normal on your rest day. Don't obviously have your cheat meal if you do that. Don't do it on your rest day, but I mean, don't deprive yourself either, because the point of a rest day is to rest and recover and come back stronger. So you starving yourself from carbs or calories or whatever is not going to aid in your recovery. If anything, it's going to make you not recover, and then your recovery day was basically just a wasted day of you thinking about what you shouldn't be eating and having anxiety over not working out. So definitely eat on your rest days, and don't overthink it. My advice to you is don't overthink it, and you definitely do need to eat on your rest days. So that's my answer to you. Don't overthink it. Do not deprive yourself. The point of a rest day is to rest, recover, and come back stronger. And just remember that food is fuel. So that is what I have to say about that. And now I'm going to show you my leg workout. So check it out and let me know what you think. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.
So this was the beginning of my warm-up before my leg workout. I started with 12 bodyweight walking lunges with an opposite hand overhead reach. So when you're doing these, you want to step forward with your right leg and then reach up and over your head with your left arm, and so on and so forth. Once I was done with those, I decided to do 50 bodyweight backwards lunges with an overhead reach with both arms. So I did alternating 50 reps, just one set, so 25 on each leg. When you're doing these, you want to focus on drawing your belly button in towards the spine as your legs are lunging backwards. So when your leg goes down and back behind you, focus on drawing your belly button in. Once I was done with the backward lunges, I decided to go into a sliding, alternating lateral lunge. I did 40 repetitions together, so I did 20 on each side. With this movement, you really want to make sure you sit down into the glute and focus on driving through the heels of your feet to really activate the glutes. I then did 10 more repetitions, but I lowered it down to the ground using my hands to walk from side to side, pressing the opposite heel into the ground to really get a deeper stretch in the hamstring. I then grabbed a barbell and went into a squat with a lateral kick. I did 30 repetitions to each side. This barbell basically weighs nothing. I'm just using it to help with my form and my posture throughout the movement. Straight from there, I went into good mornings with the barbell. With these, you want to focus on hinging forward at the hips and driving through the heels of your feet, really squeezing the glutes and rocking your pelvic towards the wall in front of you to activate the glutes. Once I was finished there, I decided to go into hip circles. These may not feel the most natural and they may feel a little awkward, but they are super good for loosening up the hips, opening up the hip flexors, activating the glutes, and warming up that area of your body where you are about to work. I performed 15 hip circles to the right, and then I switched and did 15 hip circles to the left. Once I was done with the hip circles, I went straight into body weight jump lunges or plyo lunges, whatever you want to call them. I did 30 repetitions, so 15 on each leg. And once I was done with these jump lunges, I went straight into the workout. So that was the end of my warm-up. So this is the very first part of my leg workout. I did one set of squats. I did 20 reps with just the barbell, kind of just to warm up, get my legs ready for some heavier lifts. The barbell weighs 45 pounds. After the first very light set, I took a sip of my Performix BCAAs, and then I did my second set with 115 pounds, and I performed 12 repetitions. I also did my third set with 115 pounds and performed 12 repetitions. So this is my fourth set. I did the first set with just the barbell, and the first two sets I did 12 repetitions with the 115. And now here I moved up to 135, and I performed two sets of 10 to 12. The first set I got 12, the second set I got 10. Once I was done with the back squats, I decided to move on to front squats, and I performed 4 sets of 12 repetitions, all with 95 pounds. So I go lighter for the front squats, and like I said, I did 4 sets here, 12 repetitions with 95 pounds. Once I was done with the fourth and final set of the front squats, I then moved on to sumo deadlifts, and I started out with just 115 on the bar, and I performed 12 repetitions. For my second set, I decided to put 125 onto the barbell, and again, I performed 12 repetitions here. With this movement, I always try to control it on the way up and on the way down. I try not to slam the weight. I always focus on keeping my chest up and my hips pushing down and back while driving through the heels and squeezing the glutes all the way to the top. For the third set, I put 135 on the barbell, and I hit 12 repetitions. And for my fourth and final set, I had 155 on the bar, and I ended up only getting 10 repetitions for my final set. Once I was done sumo deadlifting, I then went on to hip thrusts, and I started out with 115 on the barbell, and I did 12 repetitions here. And with this one, you want to focus on driving through the heels and squeezing your butt to the top without arching your lower back. So you want to keep the core nice and tight and engaged. Kind of struggling there with the second set, trying to get the barbell on. I usually have somebody place the barbell on top of me with my hips already in the air, if possible, but usually I'm by myself. For the second set, I did 12 repetitions again, but with 125 on the barbell. For the last two sets, I decided to do 135, and I only got 10 reps on the last set. The reason I'm using the smaller plates here is to get a better range of motion. With the bigger plates, I feel like I just don't get as much range of motion, so I use the smaller plates to hip thrust. And moving on from the hip thrust, I went straight into cable kickbacks. I did 15 to 20 reps on each leg. With these, you want to make sure that you do not bring your foot past your hip when you're bringing it back towards your body, because then you will start to use your hip more instead of using your glute. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. That is the end of my leg day.